The S&P 500 booked this trend line today. So are the bears getting a early Christmas gift? So the key thing to watch for tomorrow is will the bulls be able to defend this 390 level on the SPY and be able to hold support and push it back up? And for the bear, it's important that they do not let this pivot high get taken out. In other words, do not want it to bounce back up and get above this high. Welcome to another S&P 500 analysis. Today is December 6, 2022. In this video, we're going to take a look at the SPY, the ETF for the S&P 500. S&P 500 lost a little bit over 57 point or 1.5% or so for today. And we're basically looking for this trend line here to see how it will react in the coming days on this break today. So it's key to watch, is the price going to be able to come back in and get above this trend line once again, or would it come down and fill this gap here? And here looking at the internals, as you can see for the S&P 500, it lost 57 point or 1.44%, close to 1.5%. And looking at the up-down volume ratio, you see that only after the first 10-15 minutes or so, it was positive, then it turned negative ever since, and it closed the day at 2-1 in favor of the down volume. And also the VIX came up a little bit, came up to 22.11, and the put call ratio got back close to 1. It closed the day at 0.94, and it's pretty much up at that area there, up at the 0.9 area throughout the entire session. And also you see that the advanced decline is also pretty negative. So it's tell you that there are a lot of declining issue comparing to the advancing issue. And at the end of the session, there were 1,325 more declining issue than advancing issue in the New York Stock Exchange. And looking at these charts here, you see that the down volume overwhelmed the up volume throughout the entire session in the New York Stock Exchange. It's also in the NASDAQ market as well. And you see the advanced decline basically just kind of opened with a little bit positive in the first few minutes, then it just went negative. And also in the NASDAQ market, it never went positive. It opened the session with more declining issue than advancing issue, and it just got deteriorated throughout the session until near the last hour or so of the trading session. Then we saw a little bit of a bounce here, and that could be due to the OPEX last hour or so, because right now we have option expiration on a daily basis now for the SPY. We're looking at the cumulative tick is also negative in the New York Stock Exchange and also in the NASDAQ market. So definitely the tone for the market is pretty much negative from the beginning to the close. Now looking at this 4-hour chart of the SPY, remember yesterday's video, we're talking about this HVN here, getting back above the 402 area and possibly see would it be able to reclaim this LVN up at 407.51 and pushes up and try to get up to this upper range of the weekly expected move. And the downside was if it continued to get rejected from this lower range of the expected move, then we're essentially looking for this thing to come down to this HVN and work toward the LVN down here at this 388.55. So as you can see right now, it is coming down and possibly come down and test this LVN. So for tomorrow, the key thing to watch for the bear is will it be able to stay below this HVN and come back down and take out or test this LVN down here at 388.50. If it is able to get below this, then look for it to come down and try to fill this gap. Now, although we could say that today it put in a lower low, but in reality, we still need to get a little bit of a pivot up in order to claim this low as a lower low. So although, yes, if it break below this this low here, in other words, get below LVN, then we have definitely put in a lower low on this structure here. Okay, so right now we're basically just waiting to see or to get below the 388.55. Now, for the bulls, if it could come back in to this weekly range and reclaim this lower range of the weekly expected move and get back above this trend line here, then look for a reclaim of this 402.31. If it could get back up above this 402.31 and stay above it, then we could look for a push to see would it be able to get back up and take out this pivot high here. And this is the HVN near the 410.37. Then that will invalidate this low here. Okay, so that's the key. And those are the key level to watch is this level 410.37 for the bulls, and this level here 388.55 for the bear. In my previous video, I shown you the Apple stock that I cover in the FANG Plus stock post that I posted on last Sunday on my Substack page. So today I'm gonna highlight what I post on Tesla last Sunday, and then we will take a look at the latest chart and look at the price action of Tesla and see how is it doing. For Tesla last Sunday, I was saying that if it could come up and reclaim this LVN, this 197.01, then look for a move up to this 210, 206, this weekly expected move, the upper range. But if it could not stay above this 197.01, then look for it to come down and see would it be able to hold this HVN at 188.94. If it's unable to hold above it, then look for a move down to the lower range of the expected move, and that would be under here. Okay, and get into that 182 level. And here, as you can see on this daily chart of Tesla, you see that ever since in the middle of September, it started to decline here and been basically under this trend line until recently it popped above this, but it still was unable to get it back above this 200 level and stay above it. And right now is pulling back. So we're going to keep an eye on this gap here and see will Tesla come down and fill this gap. And here looking at this 4-hour chart for Tesla. So right now Tesla is below this lower range of the expected move. So the key thing to watch now is to see will it continue to get rejected by this lower range of the expected move, or this HVN near this 182.60. Then watch for a push down to this LVN near 172.56. And if dips below this LVN, then we're essentially looking for this gap to get filled, and watch for the low, this pivot low here, to be in play. So that would be one of the downside scenario. And if Tesla is able to get a bounce and get back above this lower range of the weekly expected move, then they have to get above this HVN, which is above this 188.94, and see would it be able to push above this LVN 197.01. If it get rejected back down here, then we're essentially looking for a little bit of a chop inside of this range here, and that will be a future discussion if we see that. So that's basically is Tesla. And if you want to follow me on these FANG stock analysis, be sure to go and visit my Substack page. The link is smtraderCA.substack.com. So thank you for watching, and be sure to smash that thumbs up to help promote this video, and stay safe.